on, everybody? Right now I'm at Old Town headquarters in Old Town, Maine, and we're checking out 2 new kayaks from the Old Town Ocean Kayak line. We're all familiar with the Old Town Sportsman line of fishing kayaks, lots of fishing innovation in those kayaks, but now Old Town's bringing a lot of that innovation to their recreational line. I'm here with Ryan Lilly of Old Town Kayaks, and he's going to walk us through these 2 kayaks and show off some of the features.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Kevin. Yeah, so Old Town, we've been around since 1898. We are no spring chicken, even though we've paid special attention to fishing over the last 10 years because kayak fishing has just blown up in popularity. Our mainstay and really where we've hung our hat for over 100 years is recreation on the water. And so this year, we've revamped our entire recreation line and brought some of our technology that made a debut on the fishing side into the recreation line. We're really excited about it. We're standing before one of them. This is the brand new Old Town Ocean Kayak Sonata 106 MK. What's really cool about this kayak is it is fully motorized. So you can leave the paddle on the side of the boat and kick back and let the boat do all the work for you. So if you have a camp or a house on the water or a second home on the ocean and you're just looking for a new way to get out on the water and don't want the hassle of getting the boat out of storage, you have a really cool way to get out on the water and do things like bird watching, fishing, going out for a cruise and just checking out the sights with a cold drink in your hand without the need to paddle. And so, if it's windy, who cares? The boat does all the work for you and makes a real cool, dynamic way to experience time on the water.
And this boat I see does have 3 rod holders, and
yes.
it is still very fishy, even though we're calling this is a recreational kayak that opens up to a lot of other possibilities.
Yeah, so for those that are familiar with the Old Town line, you probably recognize this boat as the 106 powered by Minn Kota in the Old Town Sportsman line. That is because that is exactly what this boat is. But we brought some really cool recreational features to this boat, and we feel that it doesn't belong in fishing alone, that this is a boat that will appeal to people that just want to get out and have a good time without exerting themselves out on the water. So if you don't mind, I'll walk you through bow to stern what's going on with this boat.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So it is 10.5 feet. So 106 denotes that it's 10 foot 6 inches long. So it fits perfectly in like a bed of a truck or on top of your car. It's really easy to maneuver on and off the water. So that shorter size definitely lends itself to being really transportable and storage friendly. But it is a wider kayak versus some of the traditional recreation kayaks that you paddle, and that's by design because it's made to stand up in. So it's really stable and it has a very generous maximum capacity. So no matter how big you are, how much gear, or if you want to bring a dog with you or a grandkid, this is able to accommodate a lot of weight and it's very stable. So if you want to stand up in it, so if you do want to take it out fishing or you get your eyes on that rare bird while birding, you can stand up and not feel like you're going to tip over. It's got a pontoon style hull, so it's very, very stable. You have a comfortable grab handle up front. You have a real spacious bow hatch up front, so if you wanted to bring like rain gear or a tackle box or a cooler and you wanted to store it up front, you've got that access to do so. One really cool thing about the recreation version is we included 4 Bluetooth marine speakers made by Aquatic AV. So these are speakers that are built in and pre-wired, so it hooks into the same battery that powers your boat. We'll get into that in a minute. But you're able to pair through Bluetooth to your phone or your tablet or whatever you want to bring out with you and play ebooks, podcasts, or music on the fly, which is really, really cool and adds a really nice element to your time on the water. Moving back, you got accessory tracks on either side of you. So if you wanted to mount extra cup holders or a rod holder or a camera mount, you can do so. Or even like they make accessories to make stability even more accessible. So if you wanted a stand assist bar, you can mount it to that as well. It's got the motor pod here that drops right in. So this is the motor that powers it. It is a Minn Kota 45-pound thrust saltwater safe motor. Everything that you need to get out on the water is included in this boat with the exception of your battery. So you have to buy your own lithium ion or lead acid battery to power this. The battery box lives below the seat. You do get the battery box. You just have to source your own battery for it. So the actual motor box has got storage in it. Everything is pre-wired, so you just plug the battery in and the motor in and you're ready to roll. It's got adjustable foot braces So you steer the boat with your feet. The rudder is controlled by your feet, and the rudder's back here. It's got a nice big XL rudder, makes steering really easy. So again, your hands are free for a cold drink, a hot coffee, a camera, a fishing rod. You've got places to store things along the foot braces. You've got a cup holder here, 2 more cup holders beside your seated position, a nice padded floor to make standing real comfortable. You have a real breathable, adjustable seat, so you're able to adjust the seat back. And then you actually control the boat, the thrust of the boat, with this throttle control beside your seat. So it's forward to go forward, reverse to go reverse, and it's as easy as that. You steer it with your feet and you thrust it forward or thrust it reverse. This thing tops out at about 4.2 miles per hour, so it clips right along, no problems. You've got a forward-facing rod holder, so for those that like to fish, or if you're gonna buy this as a family boat and 1 or 2 people in your family like to fish, you've got really great fishing features, because this was a fishing boat first. You've got a forward-facing rod holder, so you can stage your rod, switch your baits, land your fish, and that's right beside your seated position. Underneath the seat, again, you've got your battery box. This comes included. This plugs right into the boat. The motor plugs into the boat. It's all pre-wired, ready to roll.
And that battery box pops right out too, so that lightens the load when you want to move the kayak?
Correct, yeah. So when you're transporting this, you take the motor console out, you take the battery out, and you can even take the seat off to get it as light as possible, and then it's real easy to get in the bed of a truck or on a trailer or on top of your car.
Yeah, for such a wide, stable kayak, the footprint isn't that large. It really is something that you can put into a pickup truck bed pretty easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Before the current truck that I drive, I had a Tacoma. And this fit perfectly in my short bed Tacoma. And it's just such an easy boat to just grab and go. Whether it's going to live on your waterfront or if it's something that you're going to want to go exploring with, it's really easy to get it from point A to point B. So out back, you've got 2 more rod holders. So if you wanted to bring a couple of rods with you, or if you're done fishing and you just want to stash them behind you, you've got 2 rod holders out back. You've got a bungee cord back here that holds down anything that you want to bring with you in the back. So it's perfect for coolers, a dog. I like to take my dog out on the water. I've got all kinds of space for my dog to roam while I'm out on the water, and it's stable enough to where he can kind of get comfortable and move around without me fearing flipping the kayak, which is super nice. You have 2 more accessory tracks back here, so if you're going to run this on a busy lake or ocean and you want a visibility flag, that's a perfect place for a visibility flag, extra rod holders, whatever you want to put back here. And you have nice, comfortable grab handles back here. So if you're team lifting it with someone, you've got a bow handle up front and you've got these 2 grab handles out back, which makes transporting it really, really slick. So another great feature about this boat, we already talked about the speakers. I'll kind of put on some tunes so you can hear what it's like. So there's the speakers, pretty low volume right now, gets pretty loud, which is awesome. So I just paired that in 2 seconds. You've got your control pad here for changing your volume or changing the track that you're listening to. You can also power it on and off. And you also have a switch here that turns on LED strip lights for your cockpit. So if you're out at dusk or dawn and it's low light and you want to be able to be more visible on the water, if you want to see what's going on inside your cockpit, or maybe you've rolled up to a sandbar party and you want to set some vibes, you've got the music, you got your lights, and it's just a really fun boat to get out and enjoy time together or time by yourself.
And so you can set up your music through your phone, put your phone away if you want to,
Yep.
and now you can control it all right through this touchpad right here.
Exactly.
Control the tracks, switch tracks,
Yep.
change the volume and all of that. But the music library is coming all from your phone.
Exactly. Yeah,
cool.
I'm a big podcast guy. Maybe it's because I'm getting older, but love music. But I've found that getting out on the water, and I do love to fish, so I usually get out in this boat to fish and spend some time by myself, and I'll put on my favorite podcasts and crush some podcasts while out on the water and fishing. And the lights are a really nice addition as well. We see a lot of people that are buying these high-end recreation and fishing kayaks and adding lights to them because they want to be able to see in low light conditions, and so that's just a really nice feature as well. So this is the Old Town Ocean Kayak Sonata 106, powered by Minn Kota.
Awesome. And we've got one other boat to check out, so let's swap this out. Check out the other one.
Yeah.
All right, we've swapped out the Sonata and we brought in the Malibu. And I'm super excited about this, Ryan, because I've been fishing from the ePDL Big Water and fishing from it, and I love the ePDL system. It gets me out fishing more often. It lets me go further, and it lets me fish in places that otherwise I might not attempt. The other day I went maybe 3 miles down a beach where I knew I'd have to fight the tide to get back, but I knew the fish were there. And because I had the ePDL, I was happy to do it. Excited to see this come to a new kayak. Excited to see what this will bring to a recreational kayak. So tell us a little bit about this Malibu, and let's go through some of the features.
I'm really glad you're liking the big water ePDL, and you really kind of struck on what's so great about that technology. We launched it back in 2023. 2 years later, we're bringing it to one of our recreational boats, and one of my favorite hulls that we make. So this is the brand new Old Town Ocean Kayak Malibu ePDL+120. It's a 12-foot kayak, and if it looks familiar to you, it's probably because you know it as the Salty in the Old Town Sportsman line, as well as the Malibu PDL in the Old Town Ocean Kayak line. And it is the same hull. There are a few differences, and for 2025 we've done some nice updates to this, like bringing the ePDL drive that kind of distinguishes it from the other sisters that look very similar to this in the line. So again, this is a 12-foot kayak. It's built off of a hull design that's ideal for current, for big water, for rivers, for anything that you're going to have rough, windy conditions. This boat's made, it's very sporty, and it's made to oscillate and kind of work with your water conditions versus being like the Sonata, a stability hull. That's not necessarily going to cut through in the roughest days. This is going to cut through and be real playful and real agile on flat water as well as rough conditions.
This is a fishing the Salty hull. It's a really fun hull, and we've used it, I like it for chasing fish, for going fast. It's a speedy little boat, it's nimble. And like you mentioned, when there's a little bit, when there's some waves, when there's some chop on the ocean, it's just really fun to go fast and really slices through that chop.
Yeah, exactly. So that's where it shines. It's really fun. I like to liken this hull like a little sports car. It's like a Miata out there, you know, it's real fun. What's great about this is it's 12 feet and it's a very lightweight hull. So it's very easy to transport, really easy to store. And I'll just walk you through bow to stern, and we'll end with the crown jewel of this boat. So you get a nice, comfortable grab handle up front, makes transporting, pulling this ashore, getting it out of the bed of your truck or off the top of your vehicle real easy. You have a bungee here to lash down anything that you want to keep up front, like a dry bag with snacks or your rain gear. We also, on this model for this year, we added a dry hatch up front. And so this allows you to have access into the hull. So if you wanted to customize this by adding lights to it, or if you wanted to store stuff down in the hull, you have access to do so through this circle hatch. Moving back, you've got a scupper hole up front. So if you wanted to, this has been a fishing kayak in the Old Town Sportsman line before. This has a scupper hole that if you wanted to put a transducer, you can do so through that scupper hole there. You have accessory tracks, so if you want to mount cup holders, rod holders, camera mounts, anything that you want on these accessory rails here, you've got one on either side. You've got adjustable seating on this shuttle track here, so you can adjust to your leg length to your pedal drive. You steer the boat using this rudder control knob, so it's got almost like a trucker style knob to it, so it's real comfortable and real easy to maneuver the rudder, and it's got a tensioning feature, so if you're out on a rough windy day, your hands are holding a cold drink or a camera or a fishing rod, and you want to keep your rudder from kicking out on you, you can tension this knob down and it will hold your rudder in place. So it kind of allows you to lock in to a heading without having to babysit the rudder, which that's a really nice feature. Grab handles on either side, so again, making transport really easy. You've got a forward-facing rod holder, so even though this is a recreational boat under the Old Town Ocean Kayak line, it does still have some of those fishy features that we brought through. So if you're buying this boat for the whole family, this boat will be great for anybody, from someone that wants to get out and bird watch, to somebody that wants to get out and fish, to somebody that wants to get out and get a little exercise. This is kind of a do-it-all sort of platform. So you've got those fishing features. You've got a paddle clip here, two rear-facing rod holders. So if you want to take a rod or two with you and you want to stash them behind your seat, you've got those built right in. You don't have to do anything aftermarket to it. You have a nice bungee lash down area back here, a huge stern tank well. I love taking my dog out on the water, like I mentioned with the Sonata. I take him out in the Salty, so it's the same hull, and he has plenty of room in the bow, which he actually prefers to be in the bow, or the stern for a grandchild or extra gear, or cooler, or dog, anything that you want to take out with you on the water. Now, even though this is a performance hull and it's not a pontoon style hull, it's still very stable, so you can feel confident to stand up in it without it tipping over. It's a sit on top kayak, so it self bails. So if you get water in or splash in, it's a very dry ride and it will drain right out. Or if for whatever reason you do tip it over, no big deal. Everything is watertight, water safe. You can flip this back over and climb aboard without having to worry about emptying water like a traditional sit inside kayak or canoe. Let's talk about the ePDL drive. A lot of people that I still meet off the street that think about kayaking that aren't active participants still don't know that pedal kayaking is a thing. And I have to explain to people that you don't have to paddle a kayak anymore. There are options out there, whether it's motorized or pedal, that allows you to keep your hands free for doing other things like fishing or holding a drink in your hand or taking photos. And this takes it to a whole new level. You know, my parents live down in a retirement community in Florida. All they do is golf and ride their e-bikes. And this is very, very much like an e-bike experience, and the benefits that e-bike has for people that are older or people that don't have the strength or capacity to go very far, or people that want to have that ability to pedal manually when they want, have a little bit of assistance when they want, or go fully motorized. This gives you the ability to pedal it manually, have 5 levels of e-assist like an e-bike, or totally turn it into a motorized kayak, take your feet off the pedals and just motor around. It's great for fishing. It's great for people that want to explore long distances without exhausting themselves, especially if you're in a tidal area and you're working against an outgoing tide trying to come in. You don't have to worry about timing your experience with the tides so much anymore, because the ePDL drive allows you to work against those conditions, again, without exhausting yourself.
I love it for covering distance. So I'll use the assist if I've got a long way to go to some place that I want to fish. Once I get there, then I just go back to traditional pedaling. If you have full control, forwards, backwards, can fish as long as I want. And then when I'm done at the end of the day and I'm done fishing and I'm tired, I know that I've got the e-assist to help get me back to the launch.
Yeah, this is the perfect craft for anybody that has waterfront property. Maybe you own a home on the lake or on the ocean and you want something cool for the grandkids and the kids to experience while they're at your house. Or if you're an active bird watcher, like to explore the estuaries and the rivers, or you want to get out and just do a photo adventure with your camera, or if you want to fish, like this thing does it all. It's a really fun experience, and like an e-bike does for you, where you're able to pedal up a hill without totally winding yourself and exhausting yourself, you have the ability to go further and not worry about it being a little bit too rough or a little bit too windy, or maybe the tide isn't right. You can cut through those conditions now, like an e-bike does for you on land. This is doing for you on the water.
Go wherever you want, when you want.
Yeah, so what's really great about this too is everything that you see here, even the battery and the charger is included. So when you go into a retail store that sells the Old Town Ocean Kayak boat, everything that you see here, including the battery, which is a lithium-ion battery, and charger, comes included with this kayak. So you just get it back home and it's ready to roll.
And it's also incredibly simple it is plug in the battery, plug in your ePDL system here, and plug it in here, drop it in, that's it.
Yep, the keypad is super intuitive, so I'm gonna power it on real quick. I cycle through the warning screen, now I'm in level 0. I can go up to, I'm gonna go all the way up to level 5. I'll pedal this and you'll notice it click on. Now the e-assist is kicking in. If I wanna go fully motorized, I hit the cruise control button. Take my feet off the pedals, fully motorized now. If I want to shut it off at any point, I can hit the cruise control button or just simply pedal backwards. And now it's off. Again, like our other PDL models that we have in our lineup, it is a fully forward and reverse drive as well. So you're able to go forward and then shut the drive off or go in reverse at any point. Hands-free. And you also steer it with a rudder control here. So really easy, real intuitive, right off the shelf. You hop right in this thing, you know what to do right away. And the battery life, we get a lot of questions about battery life with big water ePDL. I'd love to hear your experience, but I've gone 2 days, maybe more, with forgetting to charge my battery, and it's no worries because the battery lasts a really long time, and because you're implementing some human power to it, it's not like a fully motorized kayak where you have a timeline that you have to always keep in the back of your mind with a motorized kayak. This here is, you're augmenting a lot of the battery usage with your human power, and at the end of the day, if the battery dies, you forget it at home or you forget to charge it, it's still a manual pedal drive. So if you forget the battery, no worries, you can still pedal it.
Yeah, the amount of what I get from one battery charge is pretty incredible. I do a lot of before work, early morning trips where I'll go out for an hour and a half, 2 hours. and I can go the whole week. And I can do 5 mornings in a row on one charge. And like you said, I can do 2 full days. I'll go the weekend, I'll charge it up and make sure on Friday night it's charged up. Fish full days, Saturday and Sunday, without needing to charge it again. It's really incredible.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I'm really glad you're enjoying it. This kayak here, as you see it in this color, this is called Horizon. It's a brand new color for us. We have 3 new colors going throughout the entire Old Town recreation line. So you see Horizon here. We also have Lava, like you saw in the Sonata MK, and we have another color called Cinder. So 3 fresh new colors. I think this looks great. And this is a really fun boat, and I'm glad that you've enjoyed ePDL, because I think this is going to change a lot of people's lives on the water.